What is up, Netflix fans, and welcome back to my channel. I am here for another Netflix review for you guys, and I watched Death Note.
What they want is a god. So let's give it to them.
So Netflix has had some pretty solid movies this year. We've had To the Bone and Okja, two movies that I think were really good and I think underappreciated. And a shocking revelation for you guys, something that is probably going to turn a lot of people off, and that's just fine with me, but I have never watched the Death Note anime series. So this review is one that is coming from a different point of view than you've seen most reviewers. Most of the reviewers that I have seen on YouTube have watched the Death Note anime, and I completely understand if this movie undercuts what you loved about that anime series, but I have not watched it, so this is a guy who has no clue about really anything that has to do with Death Note, so I'm approaching this movie as a film, not as something that is based off of another narrative. Now that I have that point out of the way, and half of you have already turned this video off, but first, since we are talking about Netflix, I want to let you guys know about a really cool app called the Stream Sidekick. It is the What to Watch on Netflix Right Now app. It is an Android app, so if you guys have an Android, please go download this thing because it's so hard to find specific movies and titles that appeal to you. And what this app does is it tells you when a movie came out, what appeals about that movie to you. It allows you to watch the movie, and it tells you what movies are available in your specific country. It's really cool. I encourage you guys to check it out. Also, I watched the movie Leap. I did not do a review on my channel, but I did do a review on the Stardust app, an app where you can make your own movie reviews and movie reactions. It's super cool, 3 to 30 second video. I encourage you guys to check that out as well, but right now, we're talking Death Note. Okay, so like I said, I know nothing about the anime. I know nothing about the plot. I don't know any of the characters. Only what is specific to this movie is what I know. And what I do know is that William Dafoe is scary as frig as this character. Whether or not I think the character worked as a whole, I think he did a phenomenal job voicing this guy. And of course, the motion capture. You can even tell it's William Dafoe when he's on screen. But really, I have to give props to him because I think he was perfect casting for what this thing was in the movie. This is a very gruesome movie. This is a movie with a lot of blood, a lot of death, a lot of gore, and I thought those parts of the movie were really cool. I thought they were executed well, and the directing as a whole, I think the way that the actors performed, and I think the way that everything came together on screen, I thought was executed pretty well as well, and I really give Adam Wingard props for what he did with this material when it came to the directing aspect. I think he's a great director, by the way. The Guest is a crazy awesome movie, so I encourage you guys to check that out. Like I said, the acting's solid, and I love Lakeith Stanfield. I thought his character was really cool. He's a great actor. He's popped up in like 4 different movies this year. Get Out is my favorite role of his so far, but overall I think he's doing a great job this year, and he killed it once again here. The movie as a whole was interesting, I'll say that. There are some things in here that really make you think, that really get your attention right off the hook, and I thought it was cool that a cool story like this could get adapted for everyone to watch who has Netflix, and for that reason alone, I think Death Note was worth at least making. Look, I definitely think people will be disappointed with this movie. It's one of those movies that I think they're condensing so much of an anime series into an hour and 40-minute movie that I definitely think it's going to disappoint the fans. But as a movie as a whole, for something that I saw on screen that had little to no information about anything that had come prior, I think this was executed just about as well as it could have been while condensing all of that stuff into one small movie. And you have to think about how hard of a task that is. Now, why they chose to do it that way is beyond me, because I think a series would have been really beneficial from this material. I also thought the music was really cool. It was like an upbeat, fast-paced tone. It was like the Tron music, but it really, for me, it really seemed to fit in this movie, and it just kind of kept you going. I think the biggest problem with this movie is that Light didn't have time to earn the names that were written down in the book. I think those moments would be really beneficial from a television series because every single name that gets put down in that book, I feel like it has to have a purpose. And while they did hit here and there why he would put specific names into the book, I just felt like it was crammed and a little rushed. While the death scenes were very gruesome and cool, at times I felt like they got a little bit on the cheesy side, and I could have done without that. Now, the filmmaking was good, the acting was good, the script was something that I could see how it was crammed and condensed. I liked things that happened in the movie, I just thought they could have been fleshed out a little more, and I felt that way about every major moment, and that's not something you should be really feeling while you're watching a film. I mean, there's just so many convenient things that happened in this movie, like how did he figure out this, how did she figure out that, and how did she have the time to do all of this stuff? I don't know, I just felt like there were some super convenient moments that I feel like would not have been in the anime. Am I wrong? Let me know. And they're just small things that I think could have been taken care of. There's one point when they're literally discussing out loud in the school building their plan and what's happening within the book. If anybody is paying attention, they could have figured out what was going on. And their relationship was very rushed. I felt like I wasn't invested in those two as a couple. While they were very lovey-dovey, very lovey-dovey on screen, I didn't feel as if I wanted them to end up together, and I don't know if that's what they were going for, but that's not a good sign. Guys, I have so many thoughts and feelings about this movie. It's a movie that's going to be very divisive, because if you're a fan of the anime, I could see how you're not going to like this movie. But if you just watch the movie, I could definitely see how you like it. So I'm going to give this movie a 60%, just on the fresh side, because I do think this movie has some really cool things within it. I think the director did a good job, the actors all did a good job, and I think this movie could have really benefited from being a lot longer, say a TV series or a Netflix series. But once again, this is coming from a guy who did not watch the anime. So here's what we're going to do. You guys are going to comment your thoughts below, and you are going to be rational about this situation. But not to me. You can bash me all you want. I'm just talking about to each other, because I know there's fans of one side, fans of another. I would like you guys to hold a discussion on why you think your points are valid and why you did or did not like the movie. I would love to comment with you and start a conversation. Thank you guys for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Once again, get the Stardust app and see me do some movie reviews that maybe I'm not going to do on my channel. You guys are the absolute best, and I'll catch you later.